not even 7:30 in the morning yet. If you can't tell, like I literally just woke up. I'm still adjusting to the lights, so we have the lights off. It's like a very cozy morning vibe going on, but I'm already in my nail room, and this is going to be kind of like another behind the scenes type of video showing you guys how I'm running my press-on nail business from my bedroom essentially. On today's agenda, we have 2 nail orders to get done from the same customer, literally the most loyal customer I've had this whole entire year, and also a sizing kit, which you guys saw I just created. So we have one of the 3 things out of the way. I'm gonna put a little check mark here. I'm trying to write things down to stay more organized, you know. I look a hot mess right now. I'm so tired, but we're just keeping it real over here. I really thought about getting ready and everything. I haven't even showered yet. I just turned on the camera, okay? But anyway, like I said, I really want to share more behind the scenes of what I'm doing with my press-on nail business and just everything I'm doing to really make it just prosper this year. Is that the right word? I don't know. I want to see this thing like turn into everything I've imagined it to be this year. And one of the things I'm doing to help that is really treat it like an actual job. Like my office is across the hall from my bedroom, so like there's no excuse. And because I want this business to flourish, there's different ways that I have to go about it. Like I need to be a little more strict over here. Anyway, I don't want to yap too much because I know you guys just want to probably see the nails. So we're gonna get to it, and we're gonna have to turn the light on because I need actual light to do the work. The first nail set we're going to be working on is this one here called Blushing Bows. I actually have it on right now. Hold on, let me turn the light on. Yikes. Okay. Anyway, like I was saying, the first nail set is Blushing Bows. Let's first of all put on some gloves. As much as it's kind of a struggle to wake up early and get to work, it's the perfect time to do it because my son's sleep, I let him sleep till 8. So if I can wake up and be in this room by 6:30, I get a good hour and a half of work. Okay, so for nails, we're going to be using the Almond Apres Gel X nail tips. And I have the sizes written out right here. I like to physically write it down just so I'm not like going back and forth to my phone, because the moment I pick up my phone, I just get so distracted. Like I just start looking through all the apps, through everything, and I'm just like, no, we're here to work. Nail sizes are picked out, and that's as far as we're getting this morning because my son woke up early. So I'm about to make some breakfast and do mommy things, and then we'll be back to finish this in a little bit. It's a few hours later, but we're back in action. My son just went down for his nap. Well, he's like yapping. He's yapping himself to sleep, so you're probably gonna hear him in the background. But oh my gosh, we're gonna get back into doing this blushing bow design. I already prepped the nails. I did the base color. I actually am using this one here from D&D Gel. It's called Gatsby Ghost. So I did 2 coats of this one. And then we're gonna be doing an aura design for these, and I'm gonna be using some padding gel. You guys, I've been wanting to kind of do an updated video on how I do aura nails because I have come around to using padding gel, as I just showed you guys. I love these, and it's so much easier and honestly a little more beginner friendly because there's less steps you need to do when using padding gel. Or I don't know, I keep calling it padding gel, but it's called painting gel. I've used this in a few of my videos already, but I haven't talked much about it because before I was mostly using these little pigment powders, which I still love, especially when I need like a brown color or a black, for instance, because I don't have those colors yet. But there's so many different color variations of these painting gel packets, so you can buy a bunch and have like all the colors you need, but I only have one right now, so I work with what I got. But the difference with using pigment powder like this is that you need to do that extra step of using a matte top coat, so it adds another layer of paint to the nail, which isn't a big deal. For this blushing bow design that I'm doing the aura, of course, and then on top of that I'm going to be putting chrome powder for the bows and like these little ribbon lines, so that would have to be like extra layers of matte top coat to do both. Instead, I'm going to use padding gel for the aura. That eliminates a layer of the matte top coat, and then I'll have to put the matte top coat down to do the chrome, if that makes sense. I don't know, I'll just show you guys. I feel like I really just be going on a tangent. I'm so sorry. Please let me know if you think I over explain things. Like, is it common sense things that I'm talking about, or do you like when I break it down like that? Because sometimes I just listen to myself talk and I'm like, why am I going all in? Like, Anyway, okay, for the patting gel, it actually came with all these sponges and this little tool here, which is so cool. Look at this little thing. It's like a freaking little, I don't know. You just gotta press down this here. Let me zoom out. You gotta press down here for that to come out. It just started pouring, you guys. Anyway, this is how you grab your little sponge and you release it like that. I think it's so cool. So we're gonna grab our little sponge. And then for the patting gel, I'm gonna be using this darker shade of pink here on the right. We're gonna dip into that. I'm also gonna get my little nail palette to kind of pat off any excess gel that I end up picking up. So all you really need is a little bit because this is highly pigmented. So I just dip into that. Literally the tiniest bit is on the sponge. And I'm even gonna just pat that to kind of distribute it a little more evenly on the sponge. And then all you gotta do is start patting on the nail. I'm focusing it in the center for this design, but you could do an ombre design. You can do like abstract and just put it anywhere you really want. But yeah, I'm kind of just going in circular motions to get that distributed all around the nail. Obviously you guys saw I didn't put a top coat or anything on. I just went in straight after applying that base coat. And then I'm gonna go ahead and cure this. I'm gonna like flash cure it really quick. And then I'm gonna apply a little bit more to deepen up that color. And I'm gonna flash cure that again. And then I'm actually going to release the sponge and kind of turn it to a different side. Instead of using a new sponge, I'm just gonna make use of all sides of the sponge because I'm going to dip into that lighter pink color and add that to the very, very center of the aura. I just have the tiniest bit on my sponge. I'm gonna pat that out a little bit and then add that to the center here. And that is what our aura is looking like. I think this one came out really, really cute. So I'm gonna go ahead and cure that for 60 seconds to make sure it's all set, and I'm gonna continue that on the rest of the nails. Okay, the aura effect is all done. Now it's time to apply a matte top coat so that I can do my bows with chrome powder. So we're gonna do a matte top coat on all of the nails because the middle finger is gonna have a bow, but all the rest of the nails will have like little ribbon looking lines. So look how pretty that aura looks, by the way. Okay, and then I'm gonna cure that for 60 seconds. Okay, the matte top coat is on all of the nails. Now it's time to draw on my bows. I'm just gonna be using this random polish to do that. Doesn't really matter what color you use because the silver chrome should mask whatever color it is. Okay, while I'm painting these bows, I have to tell you guys about the customer who ordered these nails from me, because she is the most loyal customer I've had all year. And don't get me wrong, I appreciate every single order from you guys, whether you only ordered a sizing kit, whether you ordered once or twice, like I appreciate it all. But this customer has hands down spent the most money on my press-on nail business this year. And I'm forever grateful to have her business, you know, but I'm even more grateful to her because she has been supporting me since the very beginning. And crazy, not crazy story, but she is the person who really gave me that last little motivation, that last little push to really start my press-on nail business. Because do you guys remember, if you keep up with my vlogs and stuff, I went to California back in April for my husband's deployment homecoming. So I ended up spending some time in San Bernardino. We rented an Airbnb out there and we came across this little farm. We showed up to this girl's farm, my customer's farm. Okay, I believe her name is pronounced Brene, so I don't want to just keep saying like this customer, this girl, or whatever. But Brene, I'm sorry if you're watching this and I'm saying your name wrong. I was just peeping on your Instagram. But anyway, we ended up finding her farm. She owns a farm and it is the cutest place ever. So many little animals are running around and like she takes such good care of them. And let me share with you guys the Instagram of it. I believe she also has a YouTube channel, but it's Rancho Los Fonseca. Rancho Los Fonseca, I think that's how you say it. But it's in Muscoy. So if you're anywhere near, you should definitely check her out. She's literally so sweet. go give her your business if you're into animals. And it's a great place to take toddlers. Like my son loved the goats, he loved the pigs and everything. It was so cute. And also the reason that I feel like she was my last little push to start my press-on nail business is because when we went to visit her farm, I was wearing a set of press-on nails and she complimented them. And I was telling her like, oh, they're press-on nails, I make them myself, blah, blah, blah. And she was just so like in awe of my nails. I don't want to say in awe, but she just really, really liked my nails. And I was telling her like, oh, I'm trying to sell them, but like I haven't really gotten started and blah, blah, blah. And she was kind of just encouraging me to get started. So then when we got back to the Airbnb that day, I just got to work. I immediately went on Canva, started making the templates for my sizing kits and like everything I needed to get started. Trying to like plan out my nail collections and like, I don't know what it was particularly about that conversation, but it really just set a fire in me. And yeah, that was in April when we went to Cali, and then a month later is when I actually launched. I think it was like May 9th or something. And I did reach out to her and kind of tell her basically what I just told you guys. Like she really was like that last little push for me to get started. And I don't know why, I just feel like I have this connection to her. I don't know if this sounds weird because I've literally met her one time, but I feel like for some reason she had like a really big impact on my life. Or like, I don't know, is that weird, you guys? But anyway, if you're in the area, definitely check out her little farm. It's so stinking cute. Go bring her business, support her YouTube channel as well as her Instagram, and I don't know what other social media she has, but I'll try to link it all down below. Okay, here is my bow, by the way. I'm going to be using this silver chrome powder. I just put a little bit of that on my finger and I'm going to rub that in. And then I'm going to take this sponge. This one is very well used, but I cut it in half so I can have another clean edge. I'm going to wipe away that excess chrome powder. And look how good that came out. I'm going to go ahead and finish all the rest of these bows and these ribbon lines and all that, and I'll be back. This is what the nails are looking like at the moment. To finish them off, I'm going to add a little bead in the center. We're going to add one of these little clear ones. To finish these off, I'm going to top coat using this one from Gayoi. Currently 2:30 p.m. I just finished the blushing bow set. I'm also going to be doing the scarlet nails that she ordered as well, but I have a full video on those nails, so I'm not going to show you guys that in this video. But because she is such a great customer, as I talked about earlier, I want to make an extra set for her as just like a little gift, a little thank you. I'm just brainstorming like, what should I do? ¿Apostamos Spider-Man? Okay. Abraço. Guys, this is the design I came up with. Looks nothing like the inspo that I was drawing out, but I love the way that it came out. Super cute. I feel like this design is like bold but still elegant in a way. I don't know. Okay, I did the base of the nails off camera. I did the pointer and the ring finger double coat of nude because that's going to be the Frenchies. The other ones are going to have this jelly polish here on top. This is, I don't even know how to say that, Mogao. Yeah, it's just like a mauve color, but it's a jelly sheer consistency. And I'm actually going to end up doing 2 coats of this on top of the nude polish. My lighting is kind of weird because it's already nighttime. It's currently 6:30 p.m. So I've been at this all day. I've been taking breaks, of course, caring for my son, and I even ran some errands this morning. But hand painting press-on nails is super tedious. I'm going to go ahead and cure that for 60 seconds. I'm going to go in with a matte top coat because this one is going to have chrome. I'm going to cure that for 60 seconds. For the outline on this nail, I'm using a thin nail art brush and a little bit of rhinestone glue that's on my palette right here. Let's go ahead and place this right in this. This is literally perfect for the cow print vibe, and just the fact that she literally has her farm and everything. Like, I hope she loves these nails. Okay, for the actual cow print, I'm using a smaller nail art brush, and then I'm using 2 different shades of brown with a little bit of black, and we're just going to we're gonna wing it. See, for the cow print nails, I'm going to be adding just 2 little gold beads. I'm using my McCart rhinestone glue, of course. And then all we have to do next is top coat. I'm using this one from Gayoi. I'm gonna etch the insides of the nails. This also helps with retention.